Today with Mark Lagasse from Lagasse Construction. Mark, good morning.
Thank you. Good morning to you.
Appreciate you taking the time to meet with me here for a few minutes. Give everyone a chance to find out who is Mark Lagasse. We're somewhat familiar with the construction company just because of your reputation and what you do. But so, what do you do at Lagasse Construction?
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm the owner and the president of the company. I handle business development, estimating, project management, human resources, kind of do a little bit of everything here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kind of all of it together. Huh?
Yeah.
So I know once you finished high school, we look and there's the world facing us.
Sure.
From there to here, what kind of path did you take that got you here?
Well, I graduated from the University of Tennessee in Knoxville, and then I moved back to Memphis. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but I did have the opportunity to go in business for myself very early. My uncle and my dad, we started a sports bar in East Memphis. Unfortunately, it didn't take off like we'd hoped it would, but in that year I did gain a lot of valuable management experience. And from there I went to work at Promise Hotels, which is now Hilton Hotels here in Memphis. I worked in their marketing department. So again, furthering some experience in sales and marketing. And then, I guess about 3 or 4 years into that gig, my dad came to me and he said that a key employee was leaving Lagasse Construction, and he wanted to know if I had any interest in joining the business. So, I had a little bit of apprehension there. There's always the
family business, huh?
Yeah, you hear about the family business, the good and the bad and the ugly. But, after a lot of meetings, a lot of thought, a lot of prayer, I decided to jump in with both feet. And fortunately, next month I'll be celebrating 25 years here at LCI/Lagasse Construction. So.
Okay, 25 years.
Yes.
The big anniversary.
Yes.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah, and to give you a little background, he started the business in 1979. And then in 2013, we transitioned where instead of me working for him, he decided he wanted to work for me. So,
yeah. I met him recently when I was here doing some training for you, and we got to spend some time together. And I could just sit and listen to him forever, just talk about the old times in the business and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's been a great mentor and leader for sure.
Good. Well, okay. There's Lagasse Construction. What about Lagasse, the father, the husband? Do you any hobbies, things like that? What's going on in your personal life?
All the above. My wife and I just had our 20-year anniversary this month.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We do have a 14-year-old girl and a 12-year-old boy, and the girl is into cheerleading. She goes to Houston Middle, which they have a really big national program there.
Memphis is big on the national scene.
Sure, they've won several national championships and world championships, so that keeps her very busy. And my son plays competitive baseball, so that's just now getting cranked up here with the spring. So, but when we're not playing, sports, we either like to go to the lake or the beach. So that's kind of our two things we like to do.
I can understand chasing the kids. I had 4.
Oh yes.
Played sports, and a couple of them were into drama and theater.
Oh wow. Okay.
Went on to get college degrees and technical specialists and electricians in the theater. So,
very good.
In fact, my son is the technical director at the Crosstown Arts Theater.
Okay.
Down there.
All right.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So that's good. I can relate to that.
Yeah.
So what makes Lagasse Construction different than just Joe Blow Construction Company? I mean, do y'all just build things?
Well, sure. I would have to say it's our diversity. We are not a traditional general contractor. We actually have 3 divisions under one roof. We have the general contracting, the steel fabrication, and the marine construction. So the customer calls, especially on a design build project where there's a lot of steel in it, instead of subcontracting that portion out, I can turnkey it as a general.
Yeah.
So, and then also with around the lakes, especially the state parks here, they'll either be putting in new floating docks or replacing old ones. We can do that as well with our own forces. So.
steel. That's where I got my start. I was a detailed steel
Okay.
in a former life, just
Well,
for a short period of time.
Hey, we could use you now.
That was in a former life. I'm
Gotcha.
sorry, you wouldn't want me there now.
Understood.
Yeah, the marine area, that's different. As a safety trainer, that's a whole different aspect
yeah,
of training
absolutely.
and everything there as well.
Longshoreman's insurance, yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's a lot stricter.
2020 obviously was a tough year for everyone. COVID-19.
Yes.
COVID-19.
Mhm.
So how did that affect the business? And if you don't mind me asking, on the personal side, the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah, it was very tough in both aspects. Business wise, I feel like we dropped off a little bit. It wasn't too bad, but the PPP loans that President Trump was able to get out the door very quickly really helped us. It was a huge shot in the arm. We didn't lay anybody off. Nobody quit. So we kept our workforce intact. Work gradually began to pick back up. So that was good. And then Ron Smith, our safety manager, he dove in head first with all the COVID protocols, and so good. We have stations and masks and sanitizer. I mean, we really have done our part with that. So very proud of that. Unfortunately, on the personal side, I did lose an uncle to COVID. He passed away in February. My dad's brother. So that was.
Yeah.
Very tough, very big slap in the face there.
Yeah, for me, my business virtually shut down for about 6 months, being live
Sure.
safety training. Then started to pick up a little bit on the personal side. Did lose a couple of friends, but yeah, that was a tough one.
Absolutely.
Thank goodness we're turned the corner on this.
Yes, hope so.
Another event, not quite so serious, but a little. Very inconvenient was our recent snow day, snow week, I should say.
Sure.
So, did y'all get to do any work that week?
We did a little bit of work and we played a little at home. We rode 4-wheelers around the neighborhood.
Oh, fun!
Had a lot of fun doing that, and then we got quite a few calls from customers whose parking lots were obviously covered in snow and ice.
Oh, wow.
Some industrial plants, they still had to produce, so. They needed a path for their forklifts, so we did get some business out of the snow during that period, so that was nice.
Good, good. The COVID, the snow, the economy, the election, the politics, everything, the business,
Sure.
Our industry is always up and down. So what do you think is the outlook from your perspective?
I think it's probably balanced between optimism and concern. I'm optimistic, obviously, with all the talk about infrastructure, what we just saw in Texas because of the storm, but then on a national level, our bridges, highways, roads, utilities, you hear a lot of talk about that kind of work coming up.
Really needed.
Sure, absolutely. Concern is labor, as we've discussed before. For every 5 tradespeople that are retiring, they're being replaced by 1 currently, and that's that is a labor crisis.
Yeah.
So concerned about that, but definitely optimistic.
Okay, well, good deal.
Mm-hmm.
I am too.
Yeah.
I am too. And as I travel and meet people like you and different general contractors, subcontractors, everybody's optimistic and everybody's busy.
Sure.
As we started to get things turning the corner on this pandemic, things are looking up. Let's end the interview on a lighter note.
Hey, that sounds good.
Let's pretend that you've got a week off, all by yourself,
Okay.
no family, no responsibilities. I'll make sure everything's taken care of, that kind of stuff. What would you do?
What would I do? And I got to go by myself.
By yourself, completely selfish, contrary to what most people ask this question. They want to take the wife and the kids, and
Sure.
that's admirable. But no, you're just totally selfish.
Okay. Well, they wouldn't want to go with me, so this is a good question. I've always been interested in American history, especially the American Revolution to the Civil War period, and I would probably go to New England. I've never been to that part of the country. And
That's history.
Yeah, I would like to obviously go to Philadelphia, see where a lot of these documents were created and signed, and then maybe some battlefield sites, Lexington, Concord, Yorktown, Civil War. You can see Gettysburg in Pennsylvania. So get my nerd history on by
Oh,
myself.
great. Yeah, I can relate to that to some degree. Like go on the family vacation, the dad's the one reading the historical plaque, the marker there.
That's
and
me.
The family's trying to grab you and pull you away. Yeah,
That's
me
right.
too.
Yes.
Well, Mark, again, thanks so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to meet with us. Let people get to know who Mark Lagasse is a little bit more.
Thank you very much, Rick. Thank you.
All right.